Christmas can really suck, and I get it. It's one of those times a year where everyone forces it down our throats that we have to be in the best mood possible. We have to be jolly and festive, and sometimes we don't feel that way. And I think a lot of the time the pressure to feel a specific way can make things so much worse. And I know that there are thousands of people out there, tens of thousands, probably millions of people that are not living their best lives at the moment, and Christmas is a kind of time of year where it really hits home, where it really reminds you of all the things that you would like to have but don't have. And in particular, for a lot of people, that might be family, it might be friends, it might be a significant other, a girlfriend or a boyfriend. And it's tough. It really is tough, especially when you can't turn on the TV without seeing adverts of families being happy and jolly, and you're bombarded on social media with these adverts of a perfect Christmas. And I just wanted to make this video today to remind you that for 90% of people, that just isn't the case. That perfect Christmas doesn't really exist. Even if you're lucky enough to have a family to celebrate Christmas with, things always go wrong. People get stressed, food gets burned, families have arguments. There is no such thing as this postcard Christmas. And I'm talking as someone that actually quite likes Christmas. I like the idea of Christmas, and I always try. I think the fact that I'm able to enjoy Christmas is solely down to the fact that I have no expectations about how the day should be. And I get that that's probably easy for me to say as a guy that doesn't have kids and a family to look after. I just head over to a family member's and dinner's cooked for me, and I just need to sort out Christmas shopping. But I try not to get too stressed about the whole thing. It is, at the end of the day, just another day. And I just want to remind you of that, because I've spoken to several guys lately that really aren't looking forward to Christmas, because it is a time of year where you feel under pressure to be happy. And I can talk from experience. I want to share a particular experience that I went through, which was Christmas probably 5 or 6 years ago, or Boxing Day, I should say, day after Christmas. I went over to my brother's to celebrate, and I really was not in the mood. And in fact, I was so low, I just wanted to go home and be by myself. I just could not take all of the kind of merriment that was going on around me. I just could not get myself in the right frame of mind. And so I remember distinctly pretending to be asleep just because I couldn't get involved and I didn't want to infect anyone with my negativity. And so eventually I made my excuses and I drove home, and I made a video about that. I think it's called something like I Nearly Died or whatever, because on the way home I was so upset where I may not have been driving as cautiously as I should have been, and I ended up having a pretty bad accident that nearly took my life. And I do wonder sometimes whether there was a part of me that felt so under pressure to be a certain way, and I felt so much worse because I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I wasn't in the same frame of mind as everyone else, that I just couldn't take it. And I do often wonder that, but I know there are people that are going to have those kinds of thoughts today. And I just want to share with you that it is just another day, and understand that you are under so much pressure, even whether maybe you don't even realize it consciously, subconsciously, all around you. There's Christmas songs and there's adverts on the TV, and your social media is probably full of ads, and you hear it on the radio, you hear families, or you see families going Christmas shopping. There's no getting away from it, really, and that, even if you're not consciously aware of it, in your subconscious puts a lot of pressure on you. And so if you're feeling particularly low today, I just want you to know that there are probably millions of other people feeling exactly the same way you do, and things will get better. use this time as an opportunity to look after yourself. Spend a bit of time, particularly if you're in work or something like that, you're working hard, cost of living is bloody high at the moment, you have to work really bloody hard just to afford to get by, and maybe there's only a few days of the year that you actually get off and you can enjoy. So don't put pressure on yourself. Just do what you would normally do on a day off. Just enjoy yourself, treat yourself. And if you really want to make the most out of it, if you want to make Christmas a positive thing, consider where you want to be next year. And I'm not necessarily talking about making New Year's resolutions. I think maybe I'll make a separate video on that at some point, but just give some thought to like how you would like next Christmas to look. What would be an ideal version? And if that doesn't feel realistic, then think about, something that maybe you could work towards next year. Maybe you're looking for that significant other, and you realise that in order to attract that person into your life, you need to be a better version of yourself, or you need to work on your confidence. And that gives you something to kind of focus on and something to work towards. Use it as something positive, and if you can't, that's all right. Just get by, eat some good food, play some video games, watch a film, go for a walk. Just look after yourself, because it is just one day of the year. And it will be over. And you never know what's going to happen next year. You could be in a completely different place. Like, you would be amazed at how much you can change your life in a year. Like, even 3 months. 3 months of really dedicated effort, you could make significant changes in your life. And in a year's time, you could be a completely different person next year. So don't let one day bring you down to a point where you feel like it's not worth it anymore. Because I've been there. And I can tell you it absolutely is worth it. If there are people in your life as well, if you're fortunate enough to have like friends or family or significant other, whoever, reach out to them. Just wish them a Merry Christmas. If you're on your own especially, that just slight connection, even if it's just a text message, which is just enough sometimes to get you through what is a difficult time for a lot of people. So, I just wanted to make this video today because I understand that it's a difficult time, and I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that need to hear this message. So, I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good one, whatever you're doing, whether you're on your own or you're celebrating with friends or family. Do the best you can, and that's all you can do, right? I think that's all I have to say. So, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and I will speak to you in the next video.